Okay, so after reading a bit more about the LBJ, Lyndon B. Johnson runoff for the Senate race in 1948 against the Coke Stevensons, how can you trust the electoral process? How can you trust votes being counted in an honest fashion? I mean, it's about the people who control the precincts who can do the most manipulation of the votes. All right, even with the new technology we have, people can still manipulate the votes. I'm sure in some way. I mean, does technology really prevent voter fraud and ballot stuffing? Yeah, the technology certainly wasn't there back in 1948, and even after the LBJ's district, he had this district, Duval County, where they had George Parr, who was known as the Duke of Duval, who controlled this area politically with vote counting, and he had people add extra votes for Johnson, and then as a joke, a few more for Stevenson's. But either way, a lot of the win came down to that district, Duval County. So in all of Texas, there was just a million votes, and it came down to winning by just a few hundred. All right, but it wasn't just a few hundred that Johnson's posse was able to get for him. They got several thousand votes for him, but one of the most famous added votes came from this precinct 13 in Alice, Texas, where that was a late count that came in like 3 or 4 days after the election results finished. So that received a lot of controversy, and there was just court cases that were very complicated. I don't know exactly how they did it. All right, because there's you could either have like a district court hearing or a state court hearing or a federal court hearing, and they were trumping each other. They were using delaying tactics. Lyndon B. Johnson's lawyers were using a kind of delaying tactic by trying to get certain courts to overstep the other, or something like that. Because Coke Stevens was trying to prevent any name from getting on that ballot after he lost due to this fraud, and they were having difficulty trying to figure out districts and how best to solve it. I'm amazed at how Lyndon B. Johnson got away with this, and it sounds like he's relished in it a little bit by calling himself Landslide Lyndon. All right, this guy was a Democrat, and I mean, Democrats clearly steal elections. They have a lot of money, and they can steal elections with a lot of times unprecedented means, ways that nobody else has ever done before. Because their whole politicians' whole goal is the ballot box. Fill up that ballot box any way you can, okay? Any means you can. Yeah, there's the personal tactic of getting out there and shaking hands and kissing babies, but also getting the right organizations together to help corral groups of voters together, and then their particular ways. Like Mexicans, they tend to, you had to pay off a leader who would then make sure the Mexicans got into the voting booths.